Hi everybody, it's Azalea. I'm fresh out of the bath, my hair is wet, but I'm keeping it real here on my YouTube channel and in life, I hope. Today's topic, not everyone, but I've had such a response to get back to homeschool videos. A lot of people loved our Waldorf homeschool videos, our preschool at home videos, our homeschool room video, and today I'm coming back to that topic. We began very inspired by Montessori learning, which was extremely great for Z as an infant. Awesome, perfect for her, really helped her develop a lot of concepts. We're a huge fan of Montessori then. Then we moved on to being deeply inspired by Waldorf education. Now, we were not purists by any means, which caused a lot of conflict. We do not have a tangible living group of Waldorf people here that we meet up with. That doesn't really exist, the community here for us, and that didn't really manifest. And so I had the online community, and I deeply value online community. It's a part of the modern world we live in, and as a mostly stay-at-home mom, I'm teaching like 2 yoga classes. I'm a stay-at-home mom. So it's valuable to have an online community, and the Waldorf online community is full of toxicity. Not to say everyone is, but if you're a part of the community, then you know. So we now classifying ourselves as unschooling. Unschooling. I am not buying a Waldorf curriculum. Like, not to say I won't buy learning materials if that's where we're drawn to go, but I'm not buying a curriculum. So the curriculum is out. This is the core. This is the core of what we're doing. I took the time and did like searching, and I felt like not just blah, it's not totally not putting any effort into your education of your children. Unschooling is you kind of doing your own thing. So what I did is I made a mission statement for each of my children. And I think this is the kind of content that people are interested in seeing, is actual processes and goals and whatnot. So this is Tom's mission statement, Tom being 5 years old. So I'm going to go through this, and I think looking at character in this area, nonviolence, acts of giving / love, and a concept of those in need. And right now, he's doing so great with letters and reading and writing that I just feel this is where a real importance lies. And I have witnessed violence amongst 5-year-olds on the playground, and it was deeply disturbing to me, actually. And so I just want to really instill nonviolence in Tom. And acts of giving, I really think that the concept of people not having what he is fortunate to have really needs to be developed and comprehended, and it's very important. And going through our stuff and thinking, well, can we give this to someone who maybe doesn't have stuff, or can we let go of this? I love the little free libraries around here. We can take books and put them in the little free library so that we are sharing, we are giving. It's an act of giving. And of course, the concept of those in need is actually a very complex topic to explain to rather privileged children. It's complicated. I'm sorry you're hungry and you are refusing to eat this meal I just prepared for you with several different items, and you think that you should, you really gotta work to cultivate that thankfulness. And that's a part, to me, of education that is almost more important than reading. If it wasn't that through the power of reading, you get to discover books and stories and narratives that give you a better understanding of different people in different walks of humanity. Okay, so variety of scientific principles. Tom is a science bug, and so we can do science experiments. We can go in nature. You read him a book one time and he picks up all the facts, especially about snakes. So just a variety of scientific principles, just anything from magnetism to cave formation to biology to chemistry to chemical reactions, physics, like just a variety of scientific principles are really up his alley, and he really enjoys that. Read aloud chapter book. We're going through right now, like we do, smaller picture books, like looking at scientific principles, but read aloud chapter book we're going through, and we're reading Lemony Snicket, Series of Unfortunate Events. We're on book 3. It helps him develop attention span and following a story over a long period of time, and hopefully nurtures a love of reading novels for him in the future. The other thing we have is learning to read through reading what he himself has written. That, I feel, is the best method of learning to read. And so right now he's working on the sounds of different letters and recognizing the letter and being able to say the sound with it. And then he has a variety of sight words. And then we also work on sentence formation with punctuation, just working on how it's all laid out and put together. We're writing a book. I should have brought the book. So I just folded up papers and staples. And if he doesn't want to do it, we don't do it. And a lot of the days, his word of the day is, today he had pee-pee head. Poop. The poop is stinky. Trucks. Batman truck. He's learning to read. He's learning the sounds of letters. If he wants to be a funny little stink butt, then be a funny little stink butt. I don't care. Whatever. So reading what he has written. And so sometimes I incorporate it in the day. Like, if he wants to watch a TV show. How do you spell poop again? Spell poop, it's a ticket to TV. So it's just little things that add up. So then also, next thing on Tom's mission statement of education here is adding, subtracting, and counting. Honestly, we mostly do this in the car for some reason, adding, counting, and subtracting. Like I do word math problems in the car, and it's cool. And he can teach sister how to count, which is helpful, learning through teaching. So adding, subtracting, counting, great concepts. In mostly just quizzing in the car. So another thing on here is he is a member of the Wild Explorers Club. It's very much like scouting. You earn badges, you do projects, and he loves his vest. He loves earning badges. He loves doing his Wild Explorer projects, and that's through the the Wild and Free Homeschool stuff. Their Wild Explorers Club. So we are a fan of that, which is a little bit structured, and he loves it though. So then the next thing is very, very, very general. And for a child who doesn't even need to register for kindergarten until, this upcoming fall, really this is a huge basic chunk here. Playing, creating, building, socializing, and learning in a variety of settings with a variety of materials. That's what it boils down to, folks. And then the very last thing on Tom's mission statement is an expression of self, imagination, emotions through art, and a slow incorporation of writing. So he'll be mad and he'll draw angry faces. He'll be sad and he'll draw sad faces with tears. I like to encourage an expression of real feelings, not just representations of things you see, an expression of your feelings through the art, which is going to be priceless, I think, in life. So then, of course, I might introduce, say, the word mad or sad or something and get him to write that along with it, which I have not incorporated the emotion words yet, for him to actually write them. So Tom's mission statement. He's currently in a half day of preschool, and I think that's coming to an end pretty soon. I don't think he needs to go on to the end. Z's mission statement, so much simpler. She's 3 years old, and it's meeting her where she's at today. So she is to work on learning speaking and signing. She uses a lot of sign language, and she's working on talking and signing. And the little darling can count, so we're gonna, she can count, so we're gonna run with it and learn more counting, strengthen things that she's like interested in getting the hang of. And then playing, constructing, creating, and observing in a variety of locations with a variety of materials, just to keep her brain active and thriving and growing in her little personality and her curiosities. And I didn't bring a lot of different things. This is one of Tom's notebooks that he has filled up. An example of just total free time. And I love his art. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Oh, this is one day, the word of the day was Hot Wheels. I wrote it up at top, and then he wrote Hot Wheels at the bottom, but he made like a car into the word. Fabulous. Handwriting is good. This is him. He got into drawing cannons for a bit. It's like shooting up, up, up. Or maybe that's a roller coaster. I don't know. At one point he was drawing cannons. Let's see. Oh, gosh. I just love his little people. That's a happy guy. Let's see what else Tom is up to. What have you been drawing, Tom? Oh my gosh, this is a great example of playing with letters, and then his little people are just so darling. I just want to open an art exhibit of Tom's art. He's not going to suffer from low self-esteem. Not a problem for him. Ooh, our book is Fox, Box, Ox. Child loves to rhyme. Isn't that wonderful? Should have prepped this a little bit. I know I got dark circles under my eyes. Here's Tom, an example of Tom playing with color, and you can see he's written his name. It looks like T-O-W, but he has like a good M right there. What else did he write on here? X-E-O, and then another Tom up there, and a heart, and so a little bit of color play here. And practicing writing here's an emotion. And y'all are gonna see this. That's anger and sadness. And he got it out. I'm never gonna be able to get rid of this. Proof of learning. There's some other stuff. It's always so hard when you're on the spot. Let's see. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Some days we do writing every single morning. Just kind of depends, kind of the mode we get in. I'm gonna leave you now with that. That's what we're doing. Unschooling. I'm not gonna sit here and go through Tom's notebook while y'all watch. But yeah, that's where we're at with homeschooling. I got really, really, really discouraged as we were coming out of Waldorf, and as I made the decision to put Tom into a half day of preschool, I felt like a failure, and I felt like it was all or nothing. And putting him in this half day of preschool has actually been a wonderful decision, although I don't think we're necessarily going to finish out the year. A lot of things have happened through preschool, like people, like this differentiation of gender roles in a way that I don't necessarily approve of, and an idea of, oh, that's girl stuff. Like, that didn't happen before. So, but you know, people say you can't hide someone from the mainstream culture. And so many people, like religious conservatives, who take their children out of the public school system because they teach stuff like evolution and sex education. You know, I'm just kind of on the other end of that. And the idea is not that they're never going to meet people with different ideas in their life. It's that you're giving the child the best foundation, regardless of your differences of beliefs. You're giving your child the best starting out foundation so that they can be strong to go out into the world and meet these people, instead of having a preschooler coming home getting these ideas from other kids, and you know, bully stuff happening even in preschool, and gender roles, and feelings of one gender being better than another gender. Just different things like that, even in the most liberal of settings, happen. And it doesn't have to happen right off the bat. You don't need to ingrain things right from the beginning. And different things like, oh, you girl, Thomas, people have said that to Tom. I'm like, why is this your insult? And I've heard other kids playing around children, like something like, last person to raise your hand is gay. And like, you don't want to be the gay one. So there is a way to nurture children, and there's also the consumerism frenzy to raise them with more of an appreciation for actual value of an item, on how much joy or usefulness it brings to you, as opposed to, well, everyone else has Batman Legos, so I need Batman Legos. And that's what's important to me, that they have a life based on what brings them joy and usefulness, and that they evaluate things based on value, and I can hope to raise them with open eyes, instead of them just rushing down the river of life and the river of government policy and education policy, and a bunch of other kids who are also just through the river of life and get swept away or pulled under the current, or never even seen for an hour or two during the day because they're behaving so they don't get any attention. So there's a million things that I don't want to happen with the kids, and there's a million experiences I want to give them. I want to take trips. Field trips are life. Life is a field trip. Home life is inside and outside, and I'm kind of against like rigid structure. Like, you can cultivate a life of meaning and joy and contentment where you don't have to compromise your values, if you can escape the craving for money and material possessions. Not to say you can't get money and material possessions living a life that you feel happy and content in, but it will be easier to find happiness and contentment if you are not craving the material and the monetary stuff. And that's where we're at, y'all. That's where I'm at. That's how I feel about home education. That's how I feel about unschooling. That's what my children are doing these days. I just talked a lot. I hope y'all gleaned a little something that some of you might have been looking for, who have been asking for homeschool videos. And I have unburdened myself of part of my truth for you today.